Greetings and bienvenue, Midnight Crew. Thank you for returning to this broadcast. And welcome to new viewers joining us for the first time. If you like a video, then feel free to subscribe.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
For context, this all happened in the Northwest Territories in like 2002. Closest town is around 30 miles away. Don't really know how to Greentext either, hope it's fine. Be me, 19. Dad tells me Granddad died and after a while we figure out he left me his old cabin. I think it's weird cause we never really talked. Figure it's because we were the only real outdoorsy people in the family. Never actually went there, but Granddad lived there for a few years apparently. Super off-grid guy, hated government and loved the wilderness, hardcore survivor type guy. Had tons of guns, served in Korea, loved shooting. Left a note with the will for me about the cabin, location, etc. Surprises me when I go on Google Maps to check the cabin or see if I can see it. No path visible, but the cabin is in a big-ass field. Dad convinces me to head out there, tells me it would be fun and it would be great to do in remembrance. I'll take some friends, since it's not that far from where I live, only a few hours drive. Finally get heading out that way with two buddies, Carter and Jay. Poor so all I can bring is old-ass Enfield Grandpa gave me for my first gun. Jay goes full commie LARP in some old Mao Halloween cosplay with a Glock 45 for some reason. Carter is a little more normal but still brings out some old .308 bolt action. Drive for about 3 hours from starting destination before we reach the old road to head to the cabin. Can hardly see cause nighttime and snow coming down. Literally only light is the headlights and the stars, no moon, nothing else. Finish the drive down the old dirt road and the cabin gets illuminated by the headlights. Place is way bigger than I figured it would be. Think a 2-story house in suburbs, but cabin, wood made. Figure it's just an older picture and Granddad did some renovation or something. Offload all our things and head inside. No power, just a few candles. Whatever, we bought a ton of lights and a generator in the back of the truck. Leave Jenny outside, gas it up and start hooking up the lights. Get the inside of the house done in about 20 minutes, decide that that's enough for the night. Only 2 bedrooms, Carter decides to sleep on couch in front room. Head to bed, used to be my granddad's while Jay goes to the guest room. Room is dusty but pretty comfortable. Set all my gear up inside, put all reliable Enfield up against the nightstand and head to bed. Switch off the lights and fall asleep. Wake up to Jay, still in full Chinese LARP gear in my room shaking my shoulder. What do you want? MP3?
Anon bro, I just heard something crunching in the snow, then the generator went off.
Tell him it was probably just a coincidence. Oh shit, there's totally a person out here. Think to myself it's probably someone screwing with us or some hobo trying to get us to leave so he can sleep at the cabin. Ask him if he saw anything out the window, since we placed the generator right out his window.
No, I'm not looking out my window when there's something out there.
Call him a dumbass and tell him to come turn the generator back on with me.
I'm not going out there, screw that man, I'll wait till morning.
Call him a coward and say I'll get Carter. Grab my rifle and flashlight, then head down to the living room to get Carter. Jay follows since his room is downstairs. On my way down the stairs and I swear I hear something outside crunching through the snow. Stop going down, turn off my flashlight and sit still. Jay does the same. Dead quiet, like completely quiet, no wind, no buzzing, nothing. Freaked out. Sit for another 3 or 4 minutes in the silence before I swear I hear a whoop outside. Not right outside, but in the distance. Jay whispers in my ear.
You hear that too?
Crapping my pants but respond yeah. Hear something start moving downstairs, nearly shit myself and turn my light back on while raising my rifle. Carter standing there aiming his rifle at the window. He looks up at me and he does the neck cut stop what you're doing thing with his hand. Turn off my light. Eyes are beginning to adjust to see shapes. Can see Carter staring down his rifle's sights at the window. 5 or so minutes go by before I can see him lower his rifle. Turn my light back on.
There's someone out there, Anon.
What did you just say?
I couldn't sleep, so I've been watching movies when the generator went off. Seen someone go by the window.
Someone.
Was on 2 feet, I'm pretty sure. Seen it look in and its eyes were at the top of the window.
He doesn't realize the window is higher off the ground due to the foundation. Literally like 6 feet off the ground. Would have to be like 8 or 9 feet to be at the top of the window. DEFCON 2.
Alright, so are we turning the generator back on or are we going back to bed?
Try to explain that if there's a person out there we should probably tell them off or something. They keep making up excuses to not go out. Fine, I'll do it myself. Trying to tell me not to go out and that they're seriously freaked out. Ignore them and head for the door. Go to open it. Sudden I'm terrified. Literally can't move. Break through whatever trance I'm in and slam it open. Scan with rifle and light for about a second before I see something in the woods moving. Now, you have to understand there was a solid 250 feet of field and I had one of those spotlight things. All it did was illuminate the tree line and I seen it from 250 feet against the trees and snow. The thing was pitch black. Not dark. Not gray. Not dark. Like a hole in the tree line into the abyss. You know that paint that's like void black or something? So dark it stands out even against other black. Like that. Thing stops and I see it crank its head towards me. Raise my rifle to it. Have a scope kinda like pick related, not exactly but similar. I can't take a picture of it since I lost it in a house fire. Look through scope. Heart drops. Thing is moving towards me and has probably already crossed about 75 feet. Thing stops dead in its tracks. Can see it way better now. Still void black but can see it's some kinda weird fur. Eyes are yellowish from what I seen. Looks like if Bigfoot got starved out in a Siberian gulag. Literally ape but it's super skinny. Like 8 feet tall. Thing looks back at me and lets out this shriek. Not roar. Shriek. Can feel my ears ring. Entire body freezes. Thing starts running towards me like a half-life sprinter on all fours. Shitting my pants trying to pull my bolt back. Can't pull my bolt. I'm not pulling your leg, this is what happened. Looking back on it, it's hilarious but in the moment I probably gave my soul to Mao. Jay comes flying outdoor in full commie uniform and produces Glock from waist. Puts easily 10 shots downrange. Can see the thing trip and roll. Carter is firing from window with rifle. Scramble my ass back through the door. Sounds like downtown Detroit. Thing screams and retreats back into the forest. Jay is checking me since apparently I gashed my arm getting through the door. Carter is staring out the window glaring into the woods. Jay bandages my arm up and we all sit in collective silence for 15 minutes. Decide to block all windows with random crap and barricade door. Cue moving dressers and anything else big enough to block the windows to them and moving a couch in front of the door. We all sit in the front room behind a flipped table. Literally the terrorists out of the Modern Warfare 2 house raid if they knew 141 was coming. About an hour passes. Hear something come up to window beside us. Hear it move to the front door. Thing lets out this ungodly howl. Scares all of us. Things go quiet for about 3 minutes other than the sound of crumpling snow. Hear probably 2 or 3 more things go to door. Hear grunt. Things all start pounding on the door. Chinaman stands up and fires 3 shots through door. All collectively decide to move upstairs to top of stairs. Set up at top of stairs. After about 30 minutes the banging at the door stops. More screeching. Things screech off into the woods. All night long these things circle the cabin screeching. All night long. Sun starts coming up, screeching fades into the woods. Complete silence for about 2 hours. Pass out from exhaustion. Apparently Carter follows immediately after. Jay stays up. The guy was overdosing on caffeine the whole time cause he was making instant coffee with our hot plate. Wake up after approx 3 hours sleep. Not sure if dream or not. Sit in bed for like 5 minutes. Chinaman knocks on door and comes in. Talk for a while about what happened. Carter enters. Tells us we need to GTFO and get to the truck.
Man, this is our property, we need to kill these things.
Agree with Jay. Carter looks at us like we're cavemen.
These things are going to kill us if we don't go.
Remind him we're armed.
For God's sakes, fine then, give me a minute.
Comes back like 2 minutes later with HK-41, G3 but semi-auto.
You had that and didn't use it.
My bag was on the couch and I really didn't want to go near the door. Really, dude. Decide with newfound firepower to go outside and try to set up lights and traps. Set up the lights with no incident. Jay pulls out 3 bear traps. Oh, we're in business now. Took them from his dad in case we went bear hunting. Why we would go bear hunting with no dogs or anything is beyond me. Set them up around the porch. Decide to stay on porch. All set up on the porch, decide to shoot some rounds into the woods. Fire like 3 shots. Hear the screech from the area I was shooting. They were watching us. Decide that we can see them or something. Suddenly 4 or 5 of the things start storming towards us. We open up like they're landing craft at Normandy. I hit one in the chest and it tumbles. Jay opens up with Glock at another that turns and runs back to where it came. Carter drops 2 more. One steps in trap and pulls it 10 to 15 feet in one stride as it falls to ground and gets lit up by me and Carter. Mission success. 5 casualties. I sweep tree line with scope. Looks clear. JPG. Approach corpse of one of the things. Now for this I rely on Jay and Carter's accounts of the story as I'm noseblind and my smeller don't work.
Thing smells like utter shit. Described as burning metal mixed with rotting flesh. And the farts of all of China combined in one pack.
Back to me. The one I dropped suddenly starts vibrating on the ground, not like washing machine but like epileptic kid at rave. We all light the beast up. Shaking stops. We debate heading home. Probably like 5 to 6 o'clock, sun's pretty much down. Decide to spend one more night and go in early morning. All bunker up in the front room and sleep in shifts. Fall asleep after mine and pass out immediately. Sleep through night. Wake up in morning. We all pack our gear, leave some stuff and move some of the dressers back, leave others. Exit door. All the bodies are gone. All 5. Just gone. The tracks from them running up to us are still there. But whatever came and got them didn't leave any. Decide to run to truck since it's only like 50 feet from house. All the windows are smashed. The tail lights are just gone. Dented to all hell. One tire flat.
Done it, let's go.
Agree with Carter. All hop in. Turn the car on and put her in drive. Punch that pedal out of there. Heading through forest. Look in my mirror. Like 20 of these things are running after the truck. Carter and Jay make a ISIS Toyota Chase look like a joke with the amount of lead going downrange. Drop probably like 3 or 4 of them while going like 120 kilometers per hour down the old shitty gravel road. They aren't quite as fast but they're keeping up. Scared as hell. Reach turnoff and get on highway. Increase speed to like 175 kilometers per hour. Shit you not, felt like truck was gonna explode. Things don't follow us onto the highway. Drive like 10 minutes at 150 into town. Get pulled over by the only cop on highway. Everyone freaks out and tries to hide the guns.
What do you think you're doing going that fast on the highway? It's as icy as the 9th circle out here.
Try to explain to him what just happened. Expect to get arrested for being high. Cop gets real quiet.
You know the old man, don't you?
Yeah, he was my grandpa. Cop looks back. Cop looks back at us.
I'll get it dealt with, get it all cleaned up for you. I'll give you a call when it's all done.
WTF, yes sir. Tells us to get out of town, says they follow scent and cops don't want people to get freaked out by them. Agree. Drive at more moderate speeds all the way out of the province, only stopping once for gas. Head back home and we all get out at our hangout spot. Discuss what happened. Retell story from all POVs about 12 times. Agree to not tell anyone. We split up. I head home. Open door announcing I'm back. Hear Dad call my name.
You got a call. Oh.
Dad starts basically crying.
Oh God, I'm so sorry I didn't tell you about them. I thought they had left that area years ago.
Try and get him to tell me what they were. Refuses to tell me. Tells me the government will deal with it. Literally first time I've ever heard him say anything positive about the government ever. Sleep. I got the call from that same cop a few weeks later and he told me that the cabin had to be replaced. Replaced. Tells me they have to replace the entire cabin every few years to prevent things from returning to same area. Tells me it's in the same place but completely different now, only 1 floor but pretty long. Explains that Granddad used to help deal with things. Explains to me that Granddad used to help government kill things that like to kill people. Tells me things are called, I shit you not, blackies. Also feels the need to tell me they aren't human. No shit. Wishes me good luck in future endeavors. Return the wish. Hangs up. That was all 20 years ago, telling a story for the first time now due to wanting not only to get it off my chest but also just wanting to get opinions on it. Sorry if it was too long. I earnestly don't believe it was Bigfoot or skinwalkers or Wendigo and that it was something far less known entirely. I've only been back to the cabin twice, once with the same 2 in GF and once solo. Cabin was different both times. If you want to hear another story about a similar creature, then check out The Beast of Northern Saskatchewan.
I hope that you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you enjoyed tonight's story, then please subscribe to the channel as more green texts will appear daily. A new broadcast will appear when the clock strikes midnight Central Time.
Remember to check out the Odyssey page in the description for a second archive of the channel's videos.